a little bit more about the game because super uncharacteristic of the Florida Panthers to blow a lead like this.
Twice now.
Terrible. This series is all-time great. 3 of the games have gone to overtime. And is this the first time in Stanley Cup history that you've had 2 late equalizers under 20 seconds, and then the team that equalizes and has that huge emotional boost ends up losing in overtime? Panthers had their chances in overtime. Edmonton also had their chances in overtime. The goal that won it, a lot like Brad Marchand's, really unimpressive, just kind of slides in because being a goalie is hard. I thought Stuart Skinner was good.
Skinner?
I thought he was good. I know he gave up 3 goals, but in watching what I did watch on my phone from the Stance recital, I was impressed with the guy. It could have been 6-0.
This is why I fell asleep very easily, very happy last night, because I went, they pulled their goalie, and basically we're at a point where everything is at stake here. If they don't win this game, series is over. If they don't come back, they might collapse. They might kill each other in that locker room. That's how angry they will be with each other after that. And they had the appropriate rally. But they don't have a goalie. They don't have a good goalie anyway. Stuart Skinner was doing okay. He had his moments, but the last couple of games, they had his number, right? To the point that they pulled him. Now you've got Pickard or Picard, however you pronounce it, in there. And there were some signs. There were some signs where he's going to get eaten up eventually.
That makes me feel like I'm with you. There's a clear advantage there for the Panthers. And I like to think that will...
I can already see the offseason where it's just like Edmonton, they have to win the Cup. They need to improve their goalie situation, and they sort of try to upgrade there.
I follow, but most people listening to us probably think that we're a little crazy because they put the guy in, they got their spark, he made a big-time save on Sam Bennett.
And now it's tied.
Oh,
and last year,
God. I was up on my feet, man. How did Bennett not score that? And look, full credit to Edmonton, all right? Panthers will win the Stanley Cup. Let's be clear about that. But full credit to Edmonton. I know, that's why it's on the crawl. But let's full credit to Edmonton, all right? It was such a guts win and a guts performance from the Oilers. We were going to win that game 10-0 after the first period. But I got by blowing you out. Like, I was so excited. And for Edmonton, that's right. That's what I was screaming after we were up 3-0. Blowing you out. And for them.
You tweeted?
No, I didn't tweet. No, I don't tweet.
I got sent a tweet that said, "How we feeling?" Yeah. Up 3-0. Up 3-0.
Okay, that could be about anything.
That was...
It was right after the 3rd goal.
Yeah.
Did we find another jinxer?
You're just vibe checking?
Yeah.
Another jinxer?
How you feeling?
Let Zaz off the
I'm at a dance recital. Not great.
He literally just said,
Okay.
"I don't tweet during games."
I don't.
Clearly a tweet.
You tweeted.
You don't know what that was about.
But you tweeted.
I tweeted how you feeling.
During a game.
During a
Yeah.
game.
Well, it was actually intermission.
Right
There was
after
a break.
the 3rd goal.
There was a break in the play.
Who were you
All right.
speaking to?
You gotta... Come on. We got to admit when we're wrong here.
Wrong about
Come
what?
on.
Trying to check in on people, ask how you doing?
I just
I
made
feel
a
like I'm
good
being a
guy.
nice person.
You said you didn't tweet during the games.
Yeah, don't tweet about games.
Okay.
I dare you to
tweeting
find
about
proof.
feelings.
I dare you to find proof that was about anything. I'll wait forever.
I don't want to do this with you. All right. I'm clear on how this will go for me.
So you're just doing just a mental health check-in on the earth?
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
like, oh,
That's right.
It's been a hard month.
Yeah.
how's everybody doing?
Israel just attacked Iran. How we
it?
doing?
Good?
How we feeling?
It's Thursday. We're almost in the weekend. How we doing?
All
I
right.
didn't like that.
So it was a guts win, and where the goalie change did spark them, and you got to keep Skinner on the pine for this next game because while I agree, I don't think this is their strongest goalie, they certainly rallied around him. It was like pulling teeth trying to get a clear shot on goal. They were blocking shots. That Kachuk opportunity that fell to his stick where 2 Edmonton Oilers converge and they block it with both their knees.
I got somebody else to blame, actually. In the pregame, those guys, when they saw Skinner and our backup goalie, who's our backup goalie? Doesn't matter.
The dude
when they
from
were
San
face
Jose.
to face,
No,
when they were
Oh,
This guy.
I was looking for him. He's not there?
Zaz, that's pretty damning. How's
when they did
everyone
their
doing?
when
Damn
they
me
did
about
their
what? I
face-off.
admit that the tweet went out there. It's damning. What am I asking about?
Look at the time. What the
yeah.
hell else are you going to be asking?
Well, I told you I was bored. It was during intermission.
Oh yeah, you were
I'm
bored.
checking on how
Up
everyone's doing.
3-0, you were bored.
And
How we doing?
I happened to feel great at that time.
Cool. That's why I asked.
But when they did the face-off thing, they acted like, oh, my God, this is next-level trolling by the Panthers. And then you just let the segment play out a little bit, and they were told, oh, they do that all the time. Mm-hmm. And the only difference was somebody else came up to say something in between. And I was just like, all right, you guys aren't on your game. This doesn't feel right. Like, I think there's just going to be something off tonight.
I've got someone else to blame if we're going to do this, and it's really more of a challenge. you guys all watched the game. Who do you think was the worst player on the ice for the Florida Panthers? Who flashed the most poorly?
Wait a second. With that smile, I know where you're going with this.
Who was the weakest player? Who was making uncharacteristic mistakes?
I got mad at
Royce Arena.
Kulikov. I got mad at Kulikov a couple times. in the
Kulikov
game.
does Kulikov things. Like, you can't get too
Where
mad.
was Gustav Forsling?
He's playing well.
I thought Forsling
he
is
was good.
has
Oh, that's the
bounced
other
back.
Panther I know.
Yeah.
I know whose fault it was. It wasn't Seth's. I know that.
He wasn't great.
Hey.
No,
hey,
he was not good.
Watch it.
He wasn't good.
Well, I thought-
It certainly wasn't. Be careful.
When we were 5-on-3, it was Nurse and Evander Kane, and I was like, Dominic, this is
Oh,
not cool what they're
it's
doing.
my favorite Oiler.
Mine's Earl Campbell.
It was Alexander Barkov. The
Warren
delay.
Barkey.
The delay game.
Multi-point game.
The delay game was really bad.
Terrible.
Yep.
And if you want to look at what happened last
It was
night,
a rolling puck too.
the play that ended up being one of the biggest plays in this series was you have 4 Panthers in their neutral zone. You have Edmonton doing a line shift. You have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins behind Sergei Bobrovsky. The puck takes a bounce off the stripes and stays pinned behind the net, and Nugent-Hopkins is there fighting.
I don't like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Pick a last name.
I agree.
He's there. He's winning a puck battle, and the puck bounces to Alexander Barkov's stick, and he's just way too casual with it, and he has a back-breaking turnover that leads to a go-ahead goal. Now, one of the more improbable goals I've ever seen in my entire life, because that game felt like a loss. A UFO could have landed on center ice and would have been more likely in my mind than the Florida Panthers tying that game in the fashion that they did. A snipe from Sam Reinhart, really tough angle, though Carter Verhaeghe would have been there to put it away.
Yep.
But an incredible equalizer, and naturally you feel like vibes are high. Panthers had great chances. Forsling makes a kick save and a beaut. The puck somehow stays out of your net, and you feel like, oh my God, we're going to have an opportunity on a
Hit the
Saturday
post,
night.
too.
You're going to have an opportunity on a Saturday night to lift Lord Stanley over your head in Edmonton. We're going to at least have that chance. And 3-1. They hold serve at home. You have game 6 at home. You're like, okay, we have a margin of error here. Now you head back to Edmonton. It's 2-2. If Edmonton wins, it's not the end of the world. You know, you got your home game, and you try to force game 7, but you're in a 2 out of 3 with Edmonton. With 2 of the games at Edmonton, vibes are totally different now. You got a game 5 for your life. I hate what they took from us.
I
How
feel
is
like
it-
the vibe should be there, though. Like, I don't want to get so Panther
Hold it.
focused on this.
Chris.
This
Chris.
should be a 2-2 series. These
Chris.
teams are so close.
Chris, I'm not going to let you get away with acting like Zaz is the only one that's stressed out. So I'm sitting in the office this morning. Chris is in the back room getting makeup, and all I hear every 30 seconds or so, God damn it.
Totally.
No, I'm pissed. But I'm trying to be level-headed here.
How is this different than Game 2, where they down 1-0 and they have to win in Edmonton?
I'll tell you
How
how
is
it's
this
different. They
than
lost.
last year?
They lost. It's a big difference. Game 2. I know you're saying the scenario, but you have an entire series now that you're more. The puck is not round. Like, weird things happen. Look at that game-winning goal. You're one of the more dominant teams in recent memory, and you're going up against an irresistible force. Which, by the way, Connor McDavid again. I thought he was going to be more aggressive. Not
Well, the
97.
that first shift of the game,
You knew
oh
he was
my
going to come
God.
out. But
McDavid had the puck
Yes.
for like a minute straight.
Draisaitl has been a menace this
Leon.
entire series. Leon Draisaitl, white Leon. We have a white Leon and a white Anton in this series.
I gotta say that
It's a lot of white Leons.
I believe that
We
it's a
did the research.
It's a misnomer. Y'all gentrified Leon. Leon is a white name.
Kings
You
of
try Leon. Name a famous black Leon.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Leon Bridges.
Name a real famous black Leon.
Well, he said Leon Bridges.
Hey, pucks around.
I was going to say, what shape is their
Pucks are round.
They're not a ball.
Not
They're not spherical.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
round.
Well, a
It's
football,
circular,
a
yeah.
football is roundish, but it's oblong. It takes funny bounces.
But there's a part of the puck that's not roundish. Like, that thing is.
just,
Yeah,
that
no,
is
that
round.
biscuit gets bouncy when that ice is choppy. And we're now you open yourself up to something really random swinging this series because you couldn't hold a 3-goal lead, and that's not what the Panthers do. Now, here's what the Panthers do. They bounce back. They don't let things like this get to them. If you could have any team in the history of South Florida sports that you would trust with wearing this for a couple of days and doing the right things, it'd be this Florida Panther team, right, Izzy?
Yeah, and this is why I'm just shocked at the level of anger that there is here, because you've been through this, right? And we know,
Izzy, we're up 3-0.
honestly,
The anger is that I have to stew like this until at least tomorrow
you
night.
don't
That's
have
literally
to.
the anger.
Instead
I do
of-
have to.
You
could
just
have been-
said it's on the crow. They're gonna win. You can decide how you feel right
But
now.
no, I wish that I could. That's why after the game last night, I'm just saying to myself, why do I even like sports? Who introduced me to sports? Why do I care about this? That's what I was thinking last night, because yes, I know the Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup. Let's be clear about that. But I have to now feel this way for at least the start of my weekend.